want to take a moment to thank someone who directed the other music video, I Bet You Think About Me, my beautiful, brilliant friend, my director, Blake Lively.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Scandalous Media. It's Alana here, and today we're unpacking one of the messiest celebrity friendships to ever implode right in front of our eyes. Blake Lively and Taylor Swift were once inseparably to A-list stars who did everything together, from trick-or-treating with their kids to sitting front row at concerts. But after Blake accepted the role of Lily Bloom in It Ends With Us, everything started falling apart. And believe me, this story has everything: blackmail, accusations, legal threats, destroyed friendships, and even Taylor's dad swooping in to save the day. So let's rewind. Blake and Taylor's friendship wasn't just casual. They became friends. Back in 2015, and their bond grew incredibly close, incredibly fast. They supported each other at award shows, birthdays, and concerts. Taylor made Blake's kids famous by including their names in her songs, and even chose Blake and Ryan Reynolds as her children's godparents. The couple was Taylor's go-to for double dates with Travis Kelce during the biggest moments of her relationship, like the 2024 Super Bowl. Taylor intentionally made Blake a part of her public life, knowing it would put Blake and Ryan in the media spotlight right alongside her. For years, their friendship seemed unbreakable, but everything changed when Blake signed on for It Ends With Us. The book was a TikTok sensation, and the movie was expected to be a massive hit. But behind the scenes, things went south fast. Blake allegedly tried to take over the project, ignoring the production team led by co-star and director Justin Baldwin. Justin had worked for years to secure the film rights, long before the book went viral. But Blake wanted to rewrite key scenes, push her own ideas, and take creative control. Things got even messier when Blake filed complaints accusing Justin of serious misconduct, including manipulation and creating a hostile work environment. At first, the internet rushed to defend Blake. She's a woman in Hollywood, speaking up about mistreatment, a sadly familiar story. But Justin wasn't staying quiet. He fired back with a lawsuit that exposed what he claimed was the real story: that Blake and her team were manipulating messages, selectively editing emails, and twisting facts to gain control of the movie. It turned out Blake had allegedly tried to leverage her powerful connections, including Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift, to pressure Justin into accepting her demands. According to Justin's legal filings, Blake told him that both Ryan and Taylor agreed with her ideas, using them as leverage. She even sent a text to Justin bragging, "I happen to have a few dragons. My dragons protect those I fight for." Justin claims he felt threatened, realizing those dragons were none other than Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift, two of the world's most influential celebrities. But here's where things took an even darker turn. Taylor didn't even know she was being used this way. Blake allegedly invited Taylor over to her penthouse, timing it so Taylor would arrive during a key meeting with Justin. Justin's lawsuit says Taylor's sudden appearance made him feel like he had no choice but to agree with Blake's version of the script. Taylor's team quickly denied everything, insisting Taylor never agreed to pressure Justin or support Blake's script changes. Taylor was reportedly furious when she found out Blake had used her name to manipulate the situation. Taylor's reps said she had no clue. There was a meeting happening when she arrived at Blake's apartment. She was just following Blake's instructions on when to come by. They also confirmed Taylor felt manipulated by her supposed friend. Behind the scenes, things spiraled. According to reports, Blake allegedly tried to blackmail Taylor into publicly supporting her during the lawsuit. Blake's team allegedly threatened to release thousands of private texts from their 10-year friendship if Taylor didn't issue a statement backing Blake. Taylor's father, Scott Swift, wasn't going to let his daughter get dragged into the chaos. Scott, who's been instrumental in managing Taylor's career from the very beginning, stepped in. He reportedly shared information with Justin's lawyers that proved Blake's team had threatened Taylor, effectively convincing them Taylor had nothing to do with Blake's alleged misconduct. This allowed Taylor to avoid being subpoenaed and forced into court testimony that could have revealed private details about her life. Meanwhile, Blake's legal team tried to paint the lawsuit as a baseless attack. When a judge dismissed the defamation-related claims against Blake, her camp declared victory. But Justin's team quickly countered, saying the dismissal didn't end the case. 4 out of 7 claims remain, and the court invited them to amend those claims with additional evidence. The court also granted Justin permission to obtain messages between Blake and Taylor about the film's working environment. Since Blake herself had identified Taylor as someone with knowledge of her complaints, that means any texts between them about the movie could become public. A nightmare scenario for Taylor, who has always fiercely protected her private life. And as anyone who's followed celebrity trials knows, once information enters a courtroom, it often becomes public record, as if things couldn't get any worse. Insiders revealed that Taylor completely cut off Blake after the threats came to light. Reports say Taylor has been ignoring all of Blake's texts, voicemails, and emails. Blake has been desperately trying to repair the friendship, sending multiple messages claiming there must be a misunderstanding. But Taylor reportedly wants nothing to do with her former best friend. Sources say Taylor feels deeply betrayed and exploited by Blake's actions. The ripple effects of this drama have been felt beyond just Taylor and Blake. Travis Kelce, Taylor's boyfriend, unfollowed Ryan Reynolds on Instagram, signaling that the personal and professional relationships between the two couples are in shambles. It's a stark contrast to just months earlier when the four of them were photographed on double dates and hyped up by the media as Hollywood's perfect friend group. Remember? This isn't the first time Blake has been accused of using her relationship with Taylor for personal gain. When Taylor broke up with Joe Alwyn, Blake and Ryan unfollowed Joe immediately, publicly signaling their loyalty to Taylor. When Taylor briefly dated Maddie Healy, Blake was spotted hanging out with him at Taylor's shows. But after the It Ends with S drama exploded, their relationship went cold. Taylor quietly threw Blake a birthday party in August 2024, possibly to keep up appearances. But sources believe Blake leaked the event to the media to make it seem like they were still close, despite Blake's attempts to smooth things over. Taylor's silence speaks volumes. Even as the judge dropped some claims against Blake, Taylor has reportedly shown no interest in rekindling their friendship. Sources told Us Weekly that Blake is hopeful for a reconciliation, but Taylor hasn't been in touch at all and refuses to discuss the lawsuit or anything related to Blake. Fans have noticed that Taylor's entire brand is built on trust and control. Over her narrative, two things Blake shattered by dragging her into a scandalous lawsuit. Taylor doesn't seem like the type who'll forgive someone who compromised her reputation and tried to blackmail her into public support. If anything, Taylor's decision to stay silent may be her way of letting the world know where she stands. Meanwhile, the legal battle between Blake and Justin is far from over. Justin's team has indicated they plan to amend their lawsuit with even more evidence, and both Blake and Justin are expected to testify when the case goes to trial. That means more private information could still surface, potentially dragging Taylor's name through the mud again. For someone like Taylor, who's famously protective of her image and privacy, that's reason enough to keep her distance permanently, adding to the drama. Daily Mail reports that Blake continues to reach out to Taylor, begging to talk things out, but Taylor is completely ignoring her. A source said Taylor feels Blake exploited her for personal gain and she has no interest in repairing their friendship. Despite Blake's repeated apologies and explanations, Taylor isn't budging. She's moved on, and as of now, nothing Blake says seems to make a difference. As for what's next, it's anyone's guess. Blake might still hope for a miracle, but unless she finds a way to win back the public and her old friends, she could face lasting damage to her reputation and career. Meanwhile, Taylor's quiet but firm response shows she's not willing to let even a decade-long friendship compromise her values or public standing. What do you think will happen next? Do you think Taylor will ever forgive Blake if Blake manages to clear her name in court, or has this friendship crossed the point of no return? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on this wild story. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.